I'm opening my phone and reading a short English message to start the day. I'm focusing on each sentence slowly so my mind warms up gently. I'm repeating one phrase that feels meaningful. I'm beginning my morning with calm learning. Grace writes to Daniel about her calm evening at home. He replies that he also likes quiet nights. Their conversation feels peaceful. Grace enjoys reading English books at a quiet cafe. She sometimes whispers new words to check her pronunciation. A barista hears her and compliments her effort. Grace feels happy that practice in public is not as scary as she thought. During chat, my friend and I correct each other's grammar gently. We try not to be too strict. The small corrections help us grow without stress. Learning grammar becomes part of our friendship. During work, Anna needs to ask a foreign colleague for a report. She fears mispronouncing report. She says, "Could you send the report today?" clearly. The colleague agrees, and Anna feels more confident communicating in English. Noah describes a local dish from his hometown. He uses simple adjectives to explain its taste. Members show interest and ask for details. He enjoys the lively discussion. With an Americano by their side, a learner scrolls through a short English article on their tablet. The bright screen contrasts with the mellow cafe lighting. They are going to summarize the main idea in one sentence. Digital reading feels better with a real drink nearby. One friend sends an English sentence and tags another person to continue the story. The story grows one sentence at a time. We read the final result and laugh at how strange it becomes. Writing becomes a shared adventure. His mornings were always busy, but there were small pockets of time, waiting for the kettle to boil, waiting for the computer to start, waiting for his mind to fully wake up. He began using those tiny moments to read one English page. It wasn't much, but it was steady. Those fragments of time, once wasted, became quiet opportunities for growth. After months, he realized that English had become part of his mornings, woven into the small spaces of his life. After washing dishes, sweeping the floor, and organizing his room, he always felt a small sense of accomplishment. He added one more step to that routine, reading an English page. The page felt like the final reward after all the chores. It was his way of treating himself, not with sweets or entertainment, but with growth. Over months, he noticed that this after chores page helped him relax and transition into a peaceful evening. Emma tells Mark that even though they have never met, she feels a friendly connection. Mark agrees and says conversations can build real trust. Emma feels warm reading his message. Noah tells Sophia he is learning to balance work and rest. Sophia shares her own struggles. They both feel better after talking honestly. At the end of each day, when the world finally stopped rushing, he sat on the floor and opened his English book. The quiet wrapped around him like a soft blanket. He read a single page, slowly, almost meditatively. He didn't pressure himself to understand every word. He simply followed the story line by line. Over time, the quiet page became his way of releasing the day's weight. And without noticing, the language he once feared became something gentle, familiar, and surprisingly comforting. Grace wants to ask Ryan for simple health advice. She worries about health. She says, "Do you have any health advice?" Slowly, Ryan shares tips, making Grace feel confident. His window curtains swayed gently whenever the wind passed through the room. One evening, he found himself staring at them, feeling oddly peaceful. Without thinking too much, he opened his English book and read a slow page while the curtains danced beside him. The movement helped him relax, helped his eyes follow the sentences without pressure. The simple combination, wind, fabric, words, felt almost poetic. It became one of the most calming learning moments he ever had. While waiting for a friend to arrive, a learner opens a notes app and writes 3 English sentences. The short wait feels surprisingly productive. They are going to repeat this habit every time they wait in a cafe. Waiting becomes a training opportunity. Daniel buys an English comic because the pictures help him understand the story. He stumbles on a few words and says them softly to practice. As he reads more, the story becomes easier to follow. He realizes comics are a fun way to improve English. After finishing a long morning run, Lena wants a picture to celebrate her new distance record. She sees a couple nearby and feels shy because she must ask in English. She says, "Could you please take a photo of me with the lake in the background?" And they happily help her. Looking at the photo, Lena realizes English helps her capture and share meaningful moments from her running journey. Lily tells Ethan she feels stressed after a long work day. She writes slowly to express herself clearly. Ethan listens and sends supportive words. She feels understood. His workdays often ended with dozens of open tabs and an overwhelmed mind. So he created a ritual. Before shutting down his computer, he opened his English storybook and read one page. It became a gentle transition from work to personal time. The story helped him unwind, release tension, and feel human again. Slowly, he noticed something. Reading that single page made the entire evening feel lighter. The habit didn't just improve his English, it healed the stress work left behind. Noah brings an English travel book on vacation. He practices reading slowly each morning. Being in a new place inspires him to learn more. Reading becomes part of his relaxing routine. Grace joins an activity where everyone finds something in common. She speaks slowly to understand others. The group laughs, discovering similarities. She enjoys the friendly atmosphere. Adam visits a boutique for a light coat suitable for spring mornings. He feels unsure because the staff speaks fluent English. He says, "Something light in a neutral color would be great," and receives elegant options. Adam leaves feeling proud that he managed the whole conversation smoothly. Olivia shares a short, funny story about her day. Liam laughs and sends a similar story back. Their chat feels warm and relaxed. David meets a foreign visitor at his office entrance. He wants to greet her politely, but fears his pronunciation of welcome sounds awkward. He says gently, "Welcome to our company," focusing on rhythm. She smiles warmly, and David feels his small effort makes the interaction much smoother. While jogging by the river, Mai notices that another runner checks his phone after each kilometer. She wonders about the app he's using but feels shy because she has to speak English. She asks, "Which app are you using to track your distance? I want to follow my progress too." And he shows her the screen patiently. Mai realizes English helps her discover tools that make her training more motivating. Madison wants to ask Michael what drink he prefers. She worries about pronouncing prefer. She says, "Which drink do you prefer?" clearly. Michael answers kindly, giving her more confidence. As I walk through the park, I listen to a short English lesson. I repeat simple phrases quietly so I don't disturb anyone. The fresh air helps me remember the expressions easily. The park turns into a natural learning space for me. Jason sits at a restaurant where the waiter only speaks English. He fears mispronouncing chicken. He gently says, "I'd like the grilled chicken, please," focusing on clarity. The waiter understands right away, and Jason feels comfortable. Jason reads a dialogue with a partner. They practice reading slowly and clearly. The repeated rhythm helps him understand natural speech. He enjoys the steady improvement. Someone reviews tricky English grammar examples while the cafe plays calm background music. The examples feel less stressful in this setting. They are going to rewrite each sentence correctly. Grammar practice hurts less with a latte. A learner walks to the counter and orders their drink in English, even though the staff also speaks their language. Their voice shakes a little, but the order is clear. The barista smiles and repeats the drink correctly. The learner is going to remember this moment as their first real English conversation in a cafe. Michael explains the difference between two nearby bus stops. He tells which one goes faster. The tourist listens carefully and chooses the right stop. Nina visits a tech store to buy noise-canceling headphones. She feels unsure because the salesperson uses many English tech terms. She says, "I need something comfortable with clear sound," and the consultant helps immediately. Nina leaves feeling smarter and more confident. Emma brings an English fantasy book on a long bus ride. She practices saying magical names that are hard to pronounce. The long trip becomes enjoyable as she dives deeper into the story. Jason shares a pronunciation trick that helps him speak more clearly. He demonstrates using an example word. Members try it together. He feels proud helping others. Jason talks about his hobbies during club time. He uses simple sentences so everyone understands. Members ask him follow-up questions. He feels confident answering them. We share useful English links in our online group, articles, videos, or exercises. Everyone checks at least one link a day. The shared resources make learning feel lighter. Jason chooses a quiet room at home to read his English novel. He reads aloud slowly to practice pronunciation. The silence helps him focus deeply. He feels proud of his effort. Jacob visits a boutique to find a tie that matches his navy suit. He hesitates because the seller uses advanced English words for patterns and textures. He politely says, "Could you show me something simple in dark blue?" and gets exactly what he needs. He walks out feeling confident that English helps him shop with style.